The economy no longer needs most people.
For almost all of human history, that idea would have been absurd. The economy absolutely needed you.
Today, it increasingly doesn't.
And this isn't because people failed. It's not a personal failing. It's because the system itself has changed.
You see, our entire society was built on a very simple deal. The old logic was straightforward. Human input created value. More people working meant more stuff got made, more services were delivered. That one simple idea shaped everything.
But that entire logic has now been broken by 3 quiet revolutions.
First, machines came for our muscle. We all know that story. Then, software started replacing coordination. The things managers and administrators used to do, algorithms began to do it better and cheaper. But this third shift, this is the one happening right now. AI is replacing thinking in the middle. Those cognitive jobs we all thought were safe, the analysts, the designers, the planners, they're now the most exposed.
And this is the result. It's called the Great Decoupling. Productivity, the total output of the economy, just skyrockets. Meanwhile, wages and jobs for the median person, they flatline. Economic growth has completely detached from the prosperity of the average person.
So here's the crucial point you have to understand. The system isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it has been redesigned to do: produce more value with less human input. This gets worse.
So, in a system that's designed to produce without people, who is actually still needed? It turns out there are really only 3 groups that retain high economic value. First, the owners of capital, the people who own the automated systems, the software, the robots. Second, the high-leverage designers, the small group of people who can architect and manage those complex systems. And third, people who provide physical, local, and in-person services. Think plumbers, elder care workers. These jobs are often low-paid, but they're surprisingly difficult to automate. For now, everyone else, all the people who follow the rules, who studied hard, who got those safe middle-class jobs, they're the ones being squeezed out. Their skills are being systematically devalued by software and AI. And this reveals the fundamental shift in the contract. The old economy needed your labor. The new economy, it just needs your data, so it can train the algorithms that will eventually replace you. The next part is where people panic. What does a system do with the population it no longer needs for production? Well, historically, it responds in 4 predictable ways. 1, it makes life more expensive, especially for things like housing and education, pricing people out. 2, it creates artificial work, pointless bureaucracy, endless paperwork, jobs that produce no real value. 3, it shifts all the risk onto individuals. Think gig work, freelancing, security is gone. And 4, it increases control through surveillance, monitoring everything you do. Now, you have to understand, these are not solutions to the problem. They are containment strategies. Their function is just to manage the social instability that comes from having a population that is increasingly unnecessary. And here's the part nobody talks about. This wasn't planned. There was no secret meeting. This isn't a conspiracy. It's an emergent property of the system. Each individual company makes the perfectly rational decision to cut costs and boost efficiency with technology. But when millions of companies all do that at once, the system-level outcome is completely irrational for society. That's how systems fail. Quietly at first, then all at once. And this new understanding, it changes the entire conversation we should be having. You know, previous technological shifts, like the Industrial Revolution, destroyed jobs, but they also created entirely new layers of mass employment. This one doesn't. AI and software replace the act of decision-making and coordination itself. There's no new layer for millions of people to simply move into. Yes, some new jobs are created, but not nearly enough. This means the old rules for success, they no longer apply. Follow your passion is now dangerous advice. Just work hard isn't enough. In this new terrain, security matters a lot more than passion. Having leverage, owning a platform, a critical skill, or capital matters more than just raw effort. And your position within the system matters more than simple obedience. Understanding this landscape is the first step. So the real question isn't how do we create more jobs? The real question is, what happens to a society when work is no longer the center of life for most people? That question is going to define this century. Subscribe for more. This is Cognitive Pleasure.